Dude, trust me. Trust me. That is the best way to describe my freaking life right now. Holy crap. Hope you guys are having a great day. A lot to get into. Just got back from the MRI. And I'll tell you what, I did not put a butt plug up there like that lady did that we talked about last week. So had that going for me. Although as I'm getting the MRI on my knee, that kept crossing my mind. And I'm thinking, could you imagine you're just laying there in the MRI machine and you just feel something just pulling out of your body? Holy goodness gracious, that would be terrible. Anyway, I got to tell you this because this is the stupidity of my life. Okay. I should have, because this was bugging the snot out of me last week, or excuse me, last year. I should have just gone to the doctor last year, got the MRI, because it probably would have saved me some money. But you know how our deductibles and all that nonsense work. Okay. Really fucking annoying. Don't need to go down the insurance rabbit hole, but it's fucking annoying. Anyway, so they already send me the a doctor reviewed my scans this morning already, which is fucking awesome that there's always somebody looking at that stuff. But this is my best ability to read their shit, and all I can do is Google keywords and go fuck, fuck, fuck. This is what a subtle free edge tearing of the posterior horn of the lateral meniscus. That's exactly what I thought was going on. Classic. Two minds think alike, right? Then the other thing was patelliformal compartment. There is a 0.9 by 1.9 centimeter region around the patellar apex with scattered multifocal high-grade fissuring. That's exactly what I thought it was. And the inferior aspect of the central trochleus. Dude, I should be a doctor. I sound like a fucking doctor, right? There is a region of mixed grade 3 and grade 4 cartilage loss, difficult to objectively measure. Basically, my knee's fucked. That's just the knee. I have issues with my foot too, and my hip. Again, ladies, I'm taken. My wife looks at me and all my little ailments and goes, that is one fine piece of man right there. Goodness gracious. It's always something freaking annoying. So, but I'll tell you this. The people, I went to Panorama, and they're all over the place. Super nice people. So they're not sponsors of mine, although they should be. They should be. For as much as I'm going there, yes. If they could cut me a deal, that'd be fantastic. But amazing. It's nice when you go to a place like that and they're nice. And it's also nice when you go to get an MRI and you don't have to like go down some like dark hallway like I've done before at certain places. And you're like, this just doesn't feel like you're going to give me a good scan. Okay. If you have bright lights, you could do a shitty scan, but I believe you did a good scan. You know what I'm saying? It's all about presentation, and they do a great job. So anyway, that's the shit that's on my plate. It doesn't mean that I'm going to get it fixed. It just means that I got to deal with this shit. Ugh, gross. So fucking annoying. And I'm sure maybe you're dealing with worse shit. And I feel sorry for you. Like I just can't, I just can't, bend down very well. That's my problem. Something's on the ground, I just look at it and be like, how bad do I want to bend down and pick this up? Or if I do, I got to lean to my right so I'm not putting too much pressure on my left leg. That's what I have to do. I'm like some weird fucking robot that's like a little kid's toy that's broken. It's like, well, what's wrong with the left leg? I don't know. It's busted. Maybe get some super glue on it. Maybe that will work. Maybe. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. Enough about my nonsense. Let's get into some other nonsense. Make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening or watching. And don't forget, today's show is presented to you by Bet Online. I've been talking to Jimmy over at Bet Online this morning a lot. He's given me a lot of insight on the upcoming championship games that we're going to get into when we dive into sports. But BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion with the largest selection of odds on everything from the football, the NBA. I almost said the football. The football. You're playing the sport, are we? Oh, fantastic. The NBA, college football, or excuse me, college basketball, NHL, and UFC. Smooth, guys. I am smooth as butter. BetOnline is the number one sports betting source for the new year. From touchdowns to three-pointers and hat tricks, BetOnline has you covered on every game, every play, and every win. Go to betonline.ag right now. It's BetOnline. The game starts here. And if you want to get started, let's do it. You know what? Forget the nonsense that's going on with me and my banged up life and how I just butchered that commercial for BetOnline. BetOnline. Go to betonline.ag. Let's jump into some headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
Yeah, what does that smell?
Smells like Bigfoot's dick.
Oh,
Yeah, if Bigfoot's dick smelled like this, he might want to go see a doctor. Come out of hiding and go, okay, doc, listen, I know it's awkward. Yes, I'm Bigfoot, the elusive Sasquatch. Okay, but my wiener smells funny, and I was wondering if you could take a look at it. Okay, Mr. Bigfoot, what does your weenie smell like? It smells like the stinky corpse flower. I don't understand why people are so obsessed with this flower. I believe it lives originally, or it thrives in the Indonesian jungle somewhere, one of the forests out there. But in Sydney, Australia, they have one it's blooming, and the headline is like Sydney's stinky corpse flower attracts thousands wanting to whiff. Why do you want to smell what a dead body smells like? I don't get that. Why? Oh, it smells like a rotting corpse? Oh, sign me up. I want to smell that. No, they have that here in Colorado in the Denver Botanic Gardens. And I remember, I don't know when it was, because it doesn't bloom all the time. But when it does, like just like Sydney, thousands of people are just like, oh, I got to smell what a dead body, just puts off. Why? Why? Have you done it? My wife did it. My wife did it when it was not at its peak. It was just as it was, calming down. She said it still stunk. She did it because she's a weirdo, okay? Listen, I love her to pieces. She's a brilliant, brilliant woman. Like I'm just taken back of how smart she is and how organized she is. Although the organizing thing it gets a little much, okay? I got to be honest. Ooh, look at me. I'm well-rounded. Anyway, she's like extremely smart, but she's weird. She's one of those people that likes to go smell the corpse flower, just to say she did. It's gross to me. If you've done it, let me know. Did you smell it at its peak, and was it really that bad? And I don't. I guess you would have to ask a coroner. Does it really smell the same? If there's any coroners that listen to this show, I would love to talk to you. Like, I know there's a guy on TikTok that's a coroner, and it's fascinating some of the things that he'll bring up, or people will ask him questions about random things in regards to bodies. I think that would be a fascinating conversation. It's a job that I could never do. I could never do it, but somebody's got to do it. And if you have the stomach for it, I tip my cap to you. Okay, it's weird gig that somebody has to do. Ugh, ugh, ugh. But again, I'm sorry if there was the world's best smelling flower. Yeah, I might be interested in that. I'm not going to go out of my way to smell it. But it's the classic. Does this stink? Here, smell my finger. Does that stink? It's the same thing. Don't smell. I don't want to smell that. If you're like, tell me my finger don't stink. Yeah, it fucking stinks, Todd. Jesus Christ. Ugh, ugh. You're not going to smell it, are you? If I go up to you and be like, hey, tell me if this stinks, you're going to be like, no. But there's people out there that will sniff it. There are. An asteroid got deleted because, like, there's people out there that their job is to look for asteroids and document it and see what its pathway is and make sure, where's it going to end up? Is it going to end up coming towards Earth at some point? Well, they documented one, and they're like, okay, there's a new one. Got to write it down. Oh, shit. Here's where it is. Here's what it is. You know what it is? It's not actually a fucking asteroid after they did some research. It's that stupid Tesla Roadster that Elon Musk dropped up in space.
Where's your car, dude? Dude, where's my car?
It's fucking up there. We forgot about it. Shit. It's such a bizarre thing that I totally forgot that was up in outer space. It's kind of cool in a weird way. I would love to be able to see what it looks like right now. Like, what does the outside look like? It's the fucking Roadster. It's still bouncing around space. Some aliens are looking at it and be like, that is one pile of shit that is just flying around. At least it's not the Cybertruck. That would just automatically put a target on Earth's back. If we just launched up the Cybertruck, they're like, what? Did a little kid just get a hold of a spacecraft and launch this piece of shit vehicle up in space? I saw a Tesla Cybertruck yesterday, and they try to fancy it up by wrapping it in multicolors and stuff like that. It's still a piece of shit. Sorry. You may listen to this show, or maybe you're about to unsubscribe. But come on, we're all laughing at you. I still don't understand the appeal of a Cybertruck. Here's the thing. If you drive a Cybertruck, I don't hate you. I just question your judgment in anything. Like, if my doctor rolls up, he's like, I'm about to perform surgery on your knee, Scott. And then be like, oh, hold on, I got to lock my Cybertruck. Beep, beep, boop, beep. Then I'm going to be thinking to myself, maybe I don't need surgery. I mean, and then I would just get up, walk down the hallway with my ass showing because I'm already in the nightgown thingy. But like, I don't trust you. You drive a Cybertruck. Right? It's kind of like a doctor with a thick Southern accent. Don't know if I trust it. You might be good. But clearly there's something there. I don't know. All right, well, what you're going to do is we're going to go root around in your knee, see if we can fix this shit up. Okay, all right. Hey, honey, go lock up my Cybertruck. Speaking of science, this is fascinating. We kind of talked about this yesterday. Scientists concluded the younger a person starts using a phone, the more likely they would be crippled by a whole host of psychological ills after surveying 10,500 teens between the ages of 13 and 17 from both the United States and India. That was a study done by, I don't know how you pronounce it, Sapien Labs. This is what they said. Screen time essentially acts as a toxin that stunts both brain development and social development. The younger a kid is when given a device, the higher the likelihood of mental health issues later on. That makes sense, guys. It does make sense. So next time you just want, I know it's so much easier because there are times where it's just like, I'm busy, my wife's busy, and it's like, fuck, just let them be on a device. We're better at it now. We have time limits on there, but still, you read this and it makes you just want to go, okay, you know what? No more devices, period. And let's be honest, there's times where you give your kid a device when the time's up, all of a sudden you're like, why is he such an asshole? Why is she such an asshole type of thing? It seems like every parent I talk to, it's like, dang, man, yeah, so-and-so, once has tablet time and then he's off of it, he's a fucking prick. Not all kids are that way. I get that. But there's a good chunk that are. Um, I actually reached out to Neil deGrasse Tyson. I said, what are your thoughts on this whole, kids getting devices and it just ruins their mental health?
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch.
You didn't answer the question, Neil. God, I get it. I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson. I mean, just say something of intelligence for once. I'm kidding. Oh, my God. By the way, I am a fan of his podcast. If you're looking for a good cerebral / comical podcast, certainly not this one. Dar Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson is pretty good. I mean, they go down some weird scientific paths, but he also has a comedian with him, Chuck. I can't remember his last name, but he's pretty fucking funny and smart. But they have big brain people come on as well. The other day, I'm in the middle of listening to his with Lawrence Fishburne. I thought that was a fascinating one that I'm only like a quarter of the way through. But that's a good, if you're looking for a different one, a different type of podcast, that one's an interesting one to go down. It's not all fun, but you do feel like you might actually gain some intelligence by listening to it. The complete opposite of this podcast, you may actually get dumber the more you listen to this show. I'm just saying it's a possibility. That's a CYA, cover my own ass in regards to that. Don't sue me because you're dumb. Don't. That ain't my fault. I mean, shit, man. You're the dummy that started listening. By the way, somebody was asking me more about that whole TikTok app thing, where if you deleted the app, you can't get the app back until a bunch of legal shit is done. And basically what I'll say is the reason TikTok won't reappear anytime soon in the app stores is because of potential legal issues. They're, again, CYA. If they were to reinstate it on the app stores, and then somebody comes after them, like the government comes after them, like, you shouldn't have done that. Fooled you. They could have a potential $5,000 fine per new user that downloads it. So that doesn't count the people that didn't download it, but all the people that were like me and were dumb and I guess, quote unquote, dumb for deleting it and then wanting it back. If I were to download it, they would get fined, not me. And then you multiply that by millions of people. That's a shit ton of money. So it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense why they don't want to do that. They're just being cautious.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. I mean, there's no harm in it. There's still probably a huge chunk of people that still have the app on their phone. But like we talked about yesterday, there's people selling their old iPhones with the app still on it for a butt ton of money. Oh, God. Speaking of butt ton of money, you might be able to make a butt ton of money this weekend. So you know what we need to do? Let's jump into some sports.
When it comes to tight ends, going deep in long balls, this guy knows his stuff.
He has followers, and not just on Twitter.
It's Sports with DeHuff.
Well, obviously, the AFC and NFC Championship games are going on this weekend. Before we get into a breakdown of those matchups, there's something that the Philadelphia Eagles were selling something that I thought was bizarre, but clearly they know their audience. The Eagles were selling dirty snow from their playoff game versus the Rams. It was $50 for like a pint. It sold out in 3 hours. I don't know how many they sold. It doesn't say. But come on, Philly. Even if you stuck it in the freezer as soon as you got it, it's just going to be a block of ice. That's bizarre to me. That's so stupid. Why would you do that? I could see grass if you bought like a chunk of dirt or something from the field. That makes more sense because you could actually plant that in your yard, and that would be neat. That would be cool. I remember when the Broncos won Super Bowl 50, D-Mac gave me like a little baggie full of confetti from when the Broncos won the Super Bowl 50. I thought that was neat. I have no idea where that went, though. And that bugs me. It's probably my wife either threw it away or it's just lost in a junk drawer somewhere. But that makes more sense than fucking snow. So dumb. So dumb. So looking at ahead to this weekend's matchups for the AFC and NFC Championships, my guy Jimmy over at Bet Online sent me this. If you look at the United States as a whole, 33 states want the Bills to win. It's easier just to say a big chunk because there's very few that, are going to like the other ones. So 33 states want the Bills to make it or to win the Super Bowl. Commanders, there's 10 states. Chiefs, 4 states. That includes Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska. Eagles, only 3 states. Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Those make sense. Now, I did a poll on Twitter. I said, who do you want to see in the Super Bowl? Now, I can only give 4 options, so I didn't want to say who's going to win the Super Bowl, but I kind of, and I don't want to jump ahead. This is what I have. I have Chiefs versus Commanders, Chiefs versus Eagles, or Bills versus Commanders, Bills versus Eagles. Chiefs versus Commanders and Chiefs versus Eagles are tied up at 2.5% each. Bills versus Eagles are at 35.8%, and Bills versus Commanders, that's the one I voted for, 59.3%. That's and who was it? Michael said, so I guess the consensus is anyone except the Chiefs. Yeah, that's basically it. No, I think there's Chiefs fatigue. I think if it's in the best interest of the NFL if the Chiefs lose. Look at what Bet Online sent me. 33 states want the Bills to advance. Not the Chiefs. Bills, Commanders. That kind of what he sent me is basically mirroring what I have here. That makes a lot of sense. That basically people want to see Bills versus Commanders. I'd be fine with that. That's essentially, I know the names changed. It used to be Washington Redskins, but that's a rematch from years ago. I would be fine with that. Now, Jimmy also sent me some, odds. Kansas City Chiefs to beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl would be 7. I don't know how to do this. I don't know odds. 7-2 odds. Bills to beat the Eagles 4-1. Eagles to beat Kansas City 4-1. Eagles to beat the Bills 19-4. Kansas City Chiefs to beat the Commanders 7-1. Bills to beat the Commanders 17-2. Commanders to beat the Chiefs 14-1. Commanders to beat the Bills 15-1. I'll tell you what I don't want to see. Honestly, I don't want to see the Chiefs, but I also I don't think, as much as I like Saquon Barkley, I don't want to see the Eagles go. I won't be mad if the Eagles go, but I would prefer to see the Commanders. I think that would be a great story. And I feel like, with a rookie quarterback at the helm, that's fucking amazing. That is amazing if that can happen. So we'll see. You tell me, who do you think's going to go? I just in looking at all this, you look at what's going to happen is the ratings are going to dip if the Chiefs are in it again, is what this tells me. The Bills will make the ratings go through the roof. If you have the Bills and Commanders, that's going to make a lot of people tune in because there's a lot more storylines. It's just a better vibe. And if for some reason, I don't think it's going to happen this year, but if for some reason I got called out to cover the Super Bowl again, like I did last year, but that was like last second, what that would tell me is it would be a good time because Bills Mafia would be out there, and that would be a great vibe. I think that would be fun. Instead of fucking Chiefs Kingdom. Sorry, guys. You guys are good, but I still think that you're false good. You're fake. You're fake. And I hope the Bills prove me right in this one. I'm going to be very pissed off. I know there's the media directly asked Patrick Mahomes about the refs and how everybody's saying that they're slanting one way versus the other in favor of the Chiefs. And he's like, well, no, I think they're doing their best job. Meanwhile, when calls go against the Chiefs, they are the first ones to fucking cry a goddamn river. So at the end of the day, I want Bills taking on the Commanders. If I had money to spend on it, that's where I'm going. I'm going with those two. We'll see. We'll see. Before we wrap things up, we haven't done this in a while. I think it's time. Cowboy, you ready? Heck yeah, I'm ready. It's time to ask Cowboy.
Ask Cowboy.
Ask the cowboy.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Ask the Cowboy. That is a terrible open. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, Cowboy, you ready to go? Heck yeah, man. I got 3 big ones that hey, Connery, back off. I heard a big one. Oh, no, Connery. Anyway, I got 3 good questions that people have sent me. Actually, I stole them from Dear Abby, but either way, I think I need to address these. All right, go for it. All right, first one. Dear Cowboy, my sister-in-law keeps kissing my boyfriend on the lips. Well, it sounds like your sister-in-law is a hoe, and you need to keep her away from your boyfriend. What the shit? Talk to your brother and say, listen, keep you hoe girl away from my man. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. You got to address that to everybody and say, come on. And if the boyfriend is allowing it to happen, that's a problem too. Push her away. That tells me that the sister-in-law's just not happy with her current relationship, and she's trying to damage your relationship with your boyfriend. Get the fuck out. That's right, Scotty. Again, we just go back to it. That ain't all balls. She's a hoe. Next one. Dear Cowboy, my boyfriend is still married. Is that okay? Did you read the words that you just wrote out? What the fuck? No, that ain't okay. What the hell's wrong with people? You said your boyfriend is still married. I don't care what the hell's going on. Wait till the paperwork's finished and you're good. If he don't have the paperwork going, then you need to leave. Jeez, man, that's so stupid. Come on, people. Yeah, I know that there could be a lot going on in this where they could be in the process of getting divorced. But it sounds like the way they wrote this out is, yeah, he's still married. Well, then fucking wait. Back off. Holster the pistol, lady. Just walk away. And if he wants to be in a relationship with you, he'll get the process rolling with his soon-to-be ex-wife. But if they're still married and he's not getting that ball rolling, it tells me that he wants, the best of both worlds. So he's being a dick to his wife and he's being a dick to you. You're too good for that. Move the fuck on. You don't need that shit. You need somebody that's committed to you 100%. Am I right? Right. That's right, Scotty. That ain't all balls what she's doing. You deserve better. Like Connery. Connery, get away. This ain't your shit. I'm sorry. I could bang her. Anyway, final one. Scotty says, Dear Cowboy, I stopped dyeing my hair, and now my husband finds me less attractive. Well, maybe because you're ugly. I don't know. I didn't see a picture. All joking aside, that ain't all balls by your husband. That's pretty fucked up. Seriously, who gives a shit? I gotta be honest. I don't care what your hair color is. It goes down to, are you a good person or not? And if your hair is gray or white and your guy doesn't like you anymore, then that just tells you a lot about who he is. And in all honesty, you deserve better. What the fuck are we doing here, Cowboy? We're giving great relationship advice. What the heck? I know, Scotty, we need to write a book. Ask Cowboy. And I'll take on these deep conversations, essentially saying, you don't need it. Just move on. Either be by yourself or be with somebody that, respects the shit out of you, regardless of the color of your hair. I mean, that's pretty fucking stupid. If somebody breaks up with you or just says they don't like being around you or they ain't attracted to you, their little willy don't move when they look at you anymore because your hair's a different color, then get the fuck out. You don't need that shit. Yeah, that's pretty fucking stupid. If my wife said, oh, you need to, well, like we were talking, like she said, I needed, you should try getting a hairpiece. See what happens. Come on. If that was a deal breaker, if all of a sudden she's just like, I have a hair on my head, and she's just like, oh, you're so much more attractive now. But it's me being fake. If it's my natural hair, then you should appreciate that. Otherwise, fuck off. And that's kind of what this lady were saying to you is, if he can't appreciate you for who you are, then fuck off. That's wild to me. My wife's going to hear that and she's like, wait, what did you say about me? I mean, like, hold on. I was trying to make a comparison, okay? Just forget about it. Maybe dye your hair. Listen, I think maybe it's because I'm older, but I don't see what the big deal is if you're gray hair or not. There's plenty of attractive women out there that have gray hair. And here's what's funny. I guarantee you these people with these issues, like if you tell your boyfriend or husband, be like, you need to dye your hair. Otherwise, you know what? I'm just not attracted to you anymore. That's going to piss him off. But you know what? He's probably going to dye his hair. Even though reluctantly. So maybe just start accepting people as a whole, if, whatever the fuck they are. Weird hair and all. Jesus. I mean, it's just hair color. There's some fine looking ladies with gray hair. Maybe you're one of them. You're listening. You're like, fuck yeah, I am. Yeah. Toss that hair back. Look at me. Gray and proud. I have white hair in my beard. And my kids like to bring it up. It's really annoying. They're like, are you going to dye your hair? I'm like, why would I dye my hair? Who cares? I think it looks sophisticated, salt and pepper. My wife has some white hairs. Not as many as me. But, I would never even think to be like, you should dye your hair because, ugh, gross. Gross. Ugh. I don't understand people that are that big of dicks. You're so shallow if that's a deal breaker because somebody has their natural hair that has gray or white in it, and they're like, I don't know. It's just gross to me that that you have those color of hair. You should dye it. Be like, no, fuck off. How about you eat a bag of dicks? How about that? Yum, yum, yum. Get the fuck away. My goodness gracious, people. People are such pricks. God. I don't know what I would do if somebody said that to me. Like if my wife was just like, I don't know, I can't look at you in the mirror. I don't know why she'd be looking at me in the mirror. I can't look at you anymore because you gross me out because your hair is just not the color I wish it would be. Gross. Did I skip a story? I think I skipped a story. I forgot to post it on here. We're going to get to it right now because I forgot about it and I don't want to hold on to it. Okay. Oh, thanks, Cowboy, by the way. Yeah. Thanks, Scotty. I think you forgot about me. You son of a bitch. It's fine. It's fine. Go dye your hair or something. All right. A little bonus one. It bugs me that I forgot to put this on here because it was a good story in a weird way. A man won over $6,000 in damages for being mistaken as a bus masturbator. Here's what I say. I feel like he deserves more than $6,000. John wrote in, how much per stroke? Listen, if I got busted, I'm riding a train, and all of a sudden, they arrest me. They're like, "You were masturbating on on the bus, or a plane, or whatever." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? No, I didn't." Oh, we caught you red-handed. I was like, I was rubbing my hands because I was cold. Sure, buddy. We know the old crank it out and under your jacket or whatever. Blah 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 blah. That's terrible. I'd be furious, especially if other people saw. And then two, if it gets out, if your name gets out in public and be like, Scott DeHuff, public masturbator, was caught on a bus going from Denver to Commerce City or whatever it was, right? Where he allegedly was cranking it out to an old copy of Good Housekeeping that he found on the floor of the bus. Do they even make Good Housekeeping magazines anymore? I don't know. I'd be furious if that happened. $6,000, that guy deserves more. And I guess he's disabled, and that's kind of what led them to believe that he was the culprit. Like, oh, look at him. He's disabled over there. He's a public masturbator. Like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Sons of bitches. God, man. $6,000, give that guy more money. I would be so upset. So upset. Ugh. Anyway, see? Aren't you glad that we snuck that one in? Aren't you glad? Now you're going to be extra cautious when you're on a bus or a plane not to have your lap covered, okay? And if you got an itch, make it quick because you don't want to linger. Next thing you know, you're going to be thrown into a category. You don't want that. No, you do not. No, you don't. Public shame. 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 He's a whacker. He's a whacker. Oh, my goodness gracious. He was playing with his weenie. Oh, my God.
Play with yourself. It'll be good. Everyone, whack away.
It's a don't whack it. Don't. My goodness. I was scratching myself. Why are you so mad? Come on, lady.
What a bitch.
Pointing the finger at me. Oh, he was touching himself. Oh, you think I was touching myself? But I wasn't touching myself. Well, I kind of was, but it was because it itched. My goodness gracious. Ugh.
These fingers are ready to tickle some pickles. Tickle, 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 tickle.
Oh, boy. That's funny. That's funny to me. I don't care what you think.
This is fucked.
It is fucked. It is. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what do you have to say about this show?
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch.
That means nothing. You just said your name. That's it. My God, give me some substance, sir. My God. Say something science-y.
Last week, we put liquid paper on a bee, and it died.
Oh, that movie's still funny. That movie is still funny. By the way, if you're going for the Eagles, you better get your chant ready.
E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
If somebody doesn't have a sign that has that spelled out, I'm going to be very disappointed. Very disappointed. Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh, I feel like I'm going to black out. I need some funny clip.
I didn't do fucking shit!
It feels better. Feels a lot better. Oh boy, goodness gracious. I hope you guys have a great day. Listen, it's better to laugh, right? It's better to laugh than not be a dick.
Right, as always.
Ken, God damn it, you get me. Every time. Ken, you are a great man. You are a great man. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining the show. Really appreciate it. Have a fantastic day. Maybe you'll get do you ever get happy happies? It's like a random gift. Hopefully somebody gives you a gift this weekend, just out of the blue. Or maybe you go give somebody a gift just to say thanks. Thanks for being you. I mean, if I see you, maybe I'll have a gift.
Hey, man, got a big box of porn for you.
I just saw that clip and I just wanted to see if I could figure out a way to toss to it. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic day. Let's continue to move forward. Big thanks to Kirkwall Group, as well as Bet Online. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.